Welcome everybody to Mr. Jackson's English 2 class. That's what I would say if you walked in to my class. And many of you guys probably remember me saying that when you walked in. Maybe you were in my English 1 class and you heard me say, welcome everybody to Mr. Jackson's English 1 class. If you've got Mr. Jackson English 2 on your schedule, then you're in the right place. And then you would see these rules. I'm in my new classroom and I wanted to make a video because I thought of all of you. And these rules I took from my classroom and I thought about them all summer long because this first one over here is a little weird. It's a little weird because it's hard to be here when you can't be here. And so I've told all of my new students, if you show up to my class, I'm calling security. And that's something that makes this whole situation very, very strange. You can't be here. So how do I have that rule in my class that you have to be? And it says, be here. Put away your phone, your drama, your distractions, whatever happened in the hallway, whatever might happen at lunch. If you're here, if you're fully here, you'll leave more equipped to handle whatever you might face outside. And for me, when I thought about that rule, and I thought about you guys, I was thinking about the fact that a lot of you had this like weight that you held on to as you walked into the room. And I wanted you to let it go. And I wanted you to just be fully in this place. And now you can't be. And so I want you to think back to that first day when I was talking to you. And maybe you remember what I talked about that first day, or maybe you weren't even in my class. But one of the things that I said, and the biggest thing that I was talking about, was about somebody wandering through a desert, right? And they were getting lost in the desert, and it was 120 degrees, and it was the same thing over and over and over again for miles. And this story is an ancient story that's been shared so many times. He starts to hear this voice that says, take off your shoes. Where you're standing is important. And of course, he looks around and he thinks to himself, I'm going insane, right? There's nothing about this that's special. And so for many of you, when I ask you about school and I say, what was the best thing that happened on your first day of school? It's like asking you what the most important grain of sand in the desert is. And you say, Mr. Jackson, it was all the same. I didn't feel it. I don't know. I've done this every day for the majority of my life, go from one place to the next. And if you had come into my class on that first day of school, you would have been told, take off your shoes. And I would have said, you're here now. You're feeling what it's like to be in the class. Everywhere else, all you felt was the soles of your shoes. But here, you might feel cold, it might feel wet, it might feel gross, but it feels like you're here. And so I thought about this all summer long, this idea of like, what does that even mean if I can't have my students actually show up? And I thought, just like these YouTube videos, you can't take off your shoes because many of you aren't even wearing shoes. You might be watching this video on the toilet. Ew. No shame if that's what you're doing right now, but it's weird to think that you don't really ever have to show up. And that's what this whole pandemic has done. But I want to encourage you guys to rethink that first rule because it's just as important as it ever was. Because the reality is that for all of these classes and for all of those people who make YouTube videos that are putting those YouTube videos out, guess what? I've got to wear shoes. I had to wear shoes to come to school today. I've got to wear pants. I've got to not be sitting on the toilet while I make this video. I have to show up. You've been watching people show up for months. So when you get into these Zoom meetings where you feel like all you're doing is watching somebody talk and they're putting you on mute, you need to speak up. These classes are not about me making more content so that you can watch it while you're on the toilet. I can make YouTube videos. This is a YouTube video. I can make YouTube videos for you, but who cares about YouTube videos? I care about you showing up, you speaking out. This is why it's so important that you get to a place where you can turn your microphone on, where you get to a place where you can turn your camera on. The class is you showing up. It's you being there. And whatever it takes for you to get that out of yourself, if it means putting shoes on every single morning, if it means making sure you've got pants on, if, like me, you put makeup on for your Zoom calls, then that's what it is. But if you don't show up, you're going to be sitting out the entire time as other people tell you what to do and how to live your life. I need you to be here. And even though you might not even be in my class anymore, I need you to be here. It matters to me. This weekend, Saturday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. I know that that's super late, especially for teachers. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to do a Q&A. I want to see you there. I want you to show up. I want you to ask me questions. I want to know about your first day of school. Okay? So join me 9 p.m. right here on this channel. We're going to play some Fall Guys. I'll share with you my gamer tag, and we're going to just have some fun and get to know each other. I'm going to be exhausted. So 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday. If it doesn't work out Saturday, we'll push it to Sunday, but Saturday. I'll see you guys there. Bye.